Welcome to Blue Chip Scouting's NFL Draft Series. I am your host, Tyler Forness. With me, the president of Blue Chip Scouting, Tyler Browning. You can see him up at the top, and right below me, where he belongs, is Andrew Harbuagh, a man of many talents, writes for Dynasty Nerds, along with the Nittany Lions Wire for the USA Today SMG. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Harbs?
I do my best work when I'm on the bottom, so I'm excited to get this mock going.
Oh my God.
Beer's going to come out of Browning's trach, and it's just going to be a legendary moment. All right, let's get
so
this
about
thing
the Cardinals.
Cardinals, very interesting team. We had some drama earlier this offseason with Kyler Murray. That seems to have calmed down, which is really good for their prospective future. They do need some talent on the offensive side of the football. They are void of talent at receiver outside of DeAndre Hopkins. They did extend James Conner, but they lost Chase Edmonds, so they need some depth there, and they still need some interior line help. On defense, they lost their best edge rusher in Chandler Jones. They need some of that. They need corner, and arguably they need another linebacker with the departure of Jordan Hicks. So there's a lot of different directions you can go with this team, and there are quite a few picks to do it.
And we have 3 trade offers.
Well, that one looks like crap, so no.
I would say Denver, I don't even have to see it. They sent all their picks up northwest.
All of them move us out of round 1.
What about, okay, so here's a question, just to hypothetically, what's the Denver package? Because, again, I'm on my phone, and this is not ideal for me.
64, 75, 96, a 2023 third, and a 2023 fifth.
What if you got a receiver from them for that package? Like, if there was a receiver in there, that'd make you do it?
I don't think they're giving up Judy, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think they would either, but I'm just, for hypothetical purposes.
We would need to switch to the PFF simulator for that one.
Now, I'm a fan of him, and I'm interested to see if this would tickle anyone's nerve here. If they threw in someone like Tim Patrick, for as desperate of a receiver you are as Arizona, and to get all those late picks and the futures, or are you okay, I got to win now because there's already reports that the owner doesn't want to pay me my playoff bonus. I better start winning some games.
I wouldn't do it unless there was something first-round caliber coming back, and you could argue that Judy is first-round caliber still at this point, even though he's 2 years into his career. Patrick's a really nice player, and of all the receivers that they have, it would probably make the most sense to trade Patrick because his skill set is so similar to Cortland Sutton, and you really want to try and build that basketball team in your receiver room, but I don't think it moves the needle at all for the Cardinals.
Okay, just curious. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm fine with keeping the pick, obviously.
I'll click counter in case we decide to come back. All right, on the board. Team needs cornerback, edge, tight end, running back, and offensive tackle.
Have any receivers gone in that first? Who's available, I guess?
Olave's the best, so yeah, quite a few have probably gone.
I would take Olave here. I'm probably the highest guy on Olave amongst everybody at Blue Chip Scouting. He is my wide receiver 1. I love everything he's able to do. I think he's being a little bit overlooked. One, because of prospect fatigue, and he's just been around forever. He would have been a first-round pick last year. And then I think some of the reasons why Justin Jefferson was overlooked are very similar to Olave, just their ability to separate in space with ease. Olave's not quite as good after the catch, and his wingspan just isn't the same. But I think he's just that good of a football player and would immediately improve the Arizona Cardinals offense.
I know you two are Florida boys. What about Kaiir Elam?
I mean, they still got Byron Murphy now.
Hey, they have Marco Wilson, so you have to upgrade.
Yeah, well.
I'll say this. Elam fits that defense, especially with how much man Vance Joseph likes to run because he loves the blitz. I think it would be a great pick. It would be a good value. It would be hard to argue against Elam with him on the board, but
I
Olave's there.
I think Olave is a nice compliment to Hopkins, and that was what like last year when they started like having that downfall was when Hopkins got hurt, because not even Kirk could pick up. I mean, obviously, no one's gonna be able to pick up the ball and run with what Hopkins does, but they really were missing that. And also too, like AJ Green's a free agent, he's not there. Obviously Christian Kirk, and then Andy Isabella is not it. Like you've got to get somebody in there. I think corners deep enough, you could probably hit that well in the second round and be okay. Obviously, you're not going to get anybody like Elam versus where you might be able to get somebody like closer to an Olave in round 2. So I'm okay either way, but I definitely think it should be between those two. So Browning, you can make the choice there.
George Karlaftis is available.
I've seen him mocked there a lot too.
It depends. Which one do you prioritize more, pass rush or coverage? And that's really going to answer that question. I think that, as kind of Harbs is alluding to, the further you go down, the worse corner gets, and it drops really steep off a cliff. Unless you want to risk Tariq Woolen, which with where this Cardinals team is, it's year 4 of Kyler Murray's rookie deal. You have to try and maximize it now. So I would almost take corner. It's probably smartest to take corner here. And you might be able to get a really good pass rusher at 55?
Let's see where our next pick is. Did I only do one round? Shoot, I think I did. Well, we're going to restart this real quick. Hopefully the board's somewhat similar. Jordan Davis of the Jets.
Oh, man, imagine having to deal with Quinnen Williams and Jordan Davis up the middle. It'll never happen because of the presence of Jonathan Franklin Myers, but I love the idea.
We do have new trade offers. Move down 5 spots and move up to 53. And then move out of the first and pick up 2 picks next year.
I would stay. I think, like, as I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, you have to maximize this window with Kyler Murray.
So Karlaftis did go. Chris Olave still on the board. Trevor Penning, which I know none of us love. Kyrie Elam is still available. Trent McDuffie's available. What are we thinking?
You said McDuffie's available?
He is.
Man, I know the arm length is concerning. I go McDuffie. Add a corner to that room. Harbs is gone. What the hell?
Where'd Harbs go?
He's probably got some excuse. We'll find out in a little bit. McDuffie's just smooth, man. Like when you do his evaluation, it's just technically sound. He reminds me so much of Jair Alexander, how feisty he is, how sticky, and how well he mirrors in coverage. The arm length, he's going to miss some stuff. It's just an inevitable, but I still think he's that good of a player where it's not going to hinder him as much as, say, a Roger McCreary. And you know what? If he's not able to succeed at corner, throw him at safety. He could probably make a couple Pro Bowls. So I think he is a high floor, potentially high upside selection at a position of dire need.
And the Cardinals do love their Huskies.
They do.
So let's go ahead and make Trent McDuffie an Arizona Cardinal. God damn it, the Cowboys took Penning.
That's like your nightmare, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Him and Raymond? No. Not a chance in the first round. Ojabo to the Colts in round 2.
I mean, they took Deo last year with the torn Achilles. I don't know, considering what they've now identified as their window. I don't know if taking him at round 2 is necessarily the smartest option with all the holes they have. But, man, a potential edge room in 2023 of Ojabo, Pay, and Deo is really tempting.
That sounds fun. All right, we have another couple offers. One from the Falcons, move down 3 spots and pick up 114. Doesn't sound half bad. From
Move
the
down
Broncos,
3 spots, you said?
move down 3 spots to 58 and pick up 114.
That sounds like a slam dunk.
Broncos 64.96 for 55 and 201.
Oh, that sounds better. 201 barely matters.
I couldn't see a thing, so I came back.
Let's do the Broncos one.
You think?
Yeah, you get 96, what is 18 selections higher, and all you have to do is give up a 7th? Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
We drop back 9 spots. Harbs, what do you think?
What?
So here's the situation. You can drop down 9 spots and get pick 96, and you give up, what was it, 201?
Yep, 201.
Or you drop down 3 spots and you get pick 114 straight up.
I would take the 114 straight up.
Well, Browning, it's up to you. Which one do you want?
This is tough. Let me check the board.
Did you guys address corner?
We did. We went with Trent McDuffie.
Oh, okay. Well, and then did you go Olave at 1, like the first round?
No, McDuffie was the first rounder.
Oh.
We do have Christian Watson. Sky Moore.
Ooh.
Calvin Austin.
Ooh. I love all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's 3 guys you like, it's one of those things where you can be like, okay.
Let's see, what are other team needs? Edge, tight end, running back, offensive tackle. Edge,
what linebackers are there?
Tight end. Yeah, so I'm kind of tempted to go with this Falcons one since there's 3 options we like.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
All right, let's do it.
What linebackers are available too, Browning?
Okay, we have another couple trade offers, 64 and 145 and 73 in the 2023 3. No thank you to that. Linebackers, Leo Chenal, Quay Walker, Brian Asamoah, Channing Tindall.
I mean, I think Chanel there would be.
Chanel would be awesome. A nice little compliment to Isaiah Simmons.
Mm-hmm. Because there's still a lot. Like, I could see us going Chanel and then still getting Calvin Austin at 87.
Hey, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Calvin Austin's going to be available at 87. But that's
roll
just
the
me.
dice. I want to know if I'm right and Forness is wrong. Now we have to do it.
I'll say this: I would not be shocked to see Calvin Austin get into round 1.
Yeah, that's true too. Same with Watson. That's why I don't want to take him here because I don't think it's a realistic thing.
Watson to me screams Green Bay Packer if they miss out on Chris Olave.
Dude, I see him and Dotson are the 2 that I think have become Green Bay Packers receivers unofficially.
I don't think Dotson comes anywhere close to their model. But then again, Olave doesn't either. I just think Olave does so many similar things to what Devontae Adams does that even though it's not a 1-to-1 replacement, drafting him with the idea of letting him grow with Aaron Rodgers and that communication and the ability to go off script would be really appealing.
So who are we thinking here? Chanel?
That's my vote.
Yeah, let's go Chanel.
Let's do it.
He graded out 89.9 with his PFF grade when it came to rushing.
Well, see, the Chiefs took Tolbert, so there we go.
Tolbert's an interesting fit there. I kind of like it. But I still think that they're going to do anything they can to get Jameson Williams.
Sky Moore goes to Indianapolis.
David Bell to your Browns, Harbs.
They're not my Browns.
That's a joke.
Yeah, he's a Vikings fan now.
No, I am not a Vikings fan. Hey, let's go to receiver and see who's available there. Oh, man.
Austin.
Austin's
if
still
we want
there?
to go with the realistic pick, Wan'Dale Robinson with Kyler Murray just chucking it downfield would be hysterical.
I've heard good things about Izukanma. I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Ezukama, yeah, he's good. They kind of used him in a similar way, versatility wise, to how the Rams like to use Robert Woods. A lot of blocking, a lot of jet sweep actions, and then a lot of just like easy pitch and catch to let him just run in the open field. He's got some skills, and that air raid offense really did him no favors outside of that. Plus, their quarterback situation was booty.
They haven't had good quarterbacks since that guy who's now on the Chiefs.
Graham Harrell?
Yes.
Sir.
All right, let's go back to receiver. Who's at the top of the board?
Romeo Doubs, Justin Ross, Calvin Austin.
I think you have to take Austin here.
Austin's got to be the pick.
Go on Calvin Austin.
You took Ezukama.
Oh, damn it. All right, it was Calvin Austin, I swear.
Calvin Austin.
Gosh, this is
this is fitting though. It's a Steve Keim front office, so I'd make a drinking joke, but he has too many DUIs to do that, so I apologize.
This doesn't seem...
I don't hate that trade.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's the trade?
114, we go down to 122, and we trade 257 and go up to 159.
Okay.
I feel like that's the reverse move. That's something Ballard does to somebody and then takes some D2 linebacker and turns him into an all-pro.
I still can't believe Darius Leonard got paid that much.
Man, Sneed's really...
The Rams are trying to trade all their picks.
This reminds me of when the Saints gave up rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7 to the Vikings so they could go get Adam Troutman.
Hey. Dayton legend.
We have Bailey Zapp on the board. Zappe.
Yes. Let's do it. Zappy.
Nick Cross is there.
Ooh.
I love Nick Cross, but...
That's why I brought it up. I think him with Buddha would be...
Where are we at for edge guys? Is D'Angelo Malone still on the board?
He should be. Yeah. 164.
I would take D'Angelo Malone. I think this is right about around the spot where he comes off. His ability to bend around the edge is tremendous. Kind of a skinnier guy, but this is the guy you take a shot on in round 4 and hope he can create a spark with your pass rush early.
I mean, and if we're looking to be realistic with these, Steve Keim took Andy Isabella before DK Metcalf, so he's not going to take a lot of convincing to take a Western Kentucky edge.
Let's see. Team needs. Yeah. Edge is one of the top team needs according to PFN. Any objection, D'Angelo Malone?
Nope.
I'll make sure to actually click his name.
Proud of you.
There we go.
Brian Robinson to the Saints. Zappy to New England. It's just not fair. But he has to sit behind.
Bailey Zappi, the next Tom Brady. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying that Mac Jones is Drew Bledsoe?
Mac Jones doesn't deserve to be compared to Drew Bledsoe. Mac Jones stinks.
I knew that would get old man 4-0 fired up. Man, when I watched Drew Bledsoe sling that pigskin at Washington.
Hey, hold on. Drew Bledsoe was the starter for the Cowboys in like 2003.
Hey,
Hey,
I said Washington State, sir. So, dude, I
I
remember
did
Drew
not
Bledsoe on the
watch
Cowboys.
Drew Bledsoe at Washington State. I will say that.
we have Punt God on the board.
I was gonna say, do they need a punter? Oh no!
Pierre
Strong with James Conner. I give it
Pierre
now.
Strong?
That's all I want.
Smash it. Pierre Strong is this year's Elijah Mitchell.
That is your perfect compliment to James Conner. Holy heck! Now that I'm not on my computer, Browning, how many tabs do you have open?
A lot.
How's your computer? Is that Dynasty Nerds I see up there?
Yeah, they got a film room.
You're welcome.
You know, you could just hit F11 and make the thing full screen, but
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
There we go.
boom! Look at that, no tabs.
Forno learned that in his high school computer class on Windows 94.
Hey, you know what? It was Windows XP. All right.
Yeah, and he saw that bald guy who could dance. He goes, I bet he owns the LA Clippers one day.
I thought you were talking about Christian Williams for a second, and I about lost it.
No. Okay, so you're gonna hate me.
I already do.
Oh,
So what's new?
He's gone. I was gonna say Charlie Kohler, however you say his name.
Oh, you missed it, Harbs. We were talking pre-show. Ben Fennell comped Kolar to Todd Heap.
I saw that. I loved
That's
it.
good.
I was like, man, that is a perfect comp. And I read it as I have a Arizona State shirt on today.
Oh, I forgot you love your Arizona State shirt.
I gotta support.
At tight end, I'm intrigued by Daniel Bellinger.
Oh, Bellinger, hell yeah.
Also, I wouldn't hate Weidermeyer here. I know he tests like shit, but having Kyler throw him deep balls, it doesn't sound too bad.
I'd take
I don't
Bellinger
think
here,
Bellinger
man.
fits what Cliff wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would go Bellinger over Weidermeyer, but
I love Bellinger, and
Bellinger?
I put him in a similar category to Jeremy Ruckert. I think he's going to ball out and do a lot more receiving than he did in college, just because there's going to be more opportunity. But to Harbs' point, I think there's some merit in that he doesn't necessarily quote unquote fit, but they do need to have some jumbo personnel packages, and he can do some damage down the seam.
I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is going to ever do a jumbo package, even if his job depended on it. He will sooner have 10 receivers and one quarterback before he does a jumbo package.
I need some neck roll football, okay?
No, but honestly, though, with what was I going to say? You talked about Bellinger being like projecting to be better as a pro than he was at San Diego State. Like, to me, he reminded me when I was watching him, just as far as that same storyline plus production plus how he plays. Foster Moreau, who's still in Las Vegas and he's flashed, but he hasn't really turned into anything, unfortunately. I love Foster Moreau coming out, though, of LSU.
Do we need to look at any other positions?
No. I would
Bellinger.
I would go with Bellinger before I go with Windemeyer. No offense. So, I mean, take him.
That 504, man. I don't think I could draft him. 504, like 4.9, okay. 4.95, maybe. 504? That I could run like a 6 flat. Like that's really not that impressive.
We got that 215 here.
Is Kalyn Barnes on the board? Corner Baylor?
He is.
I like that idea because one, it's great special teams depth, which is something you're really looking for, that versatility here. Two, he's got incredible speed and splits. And I think that that quickness ability will help him early on, especially as he tries to transition out of just playing like a fast corner and starts to learn some real technique. being able to kind of break in and out of cuts with some quickness, I think will help him his long-term projection. I like that idea as a depth corner. And if he stinks at corner, as we mentioned with McDuffie, move him to safety. And I think he could be able to roam center field.
Darion Kendrick is still available.
Hold on. That might be a better pick, even though his testing was also booty.
Test horrifically.
But I guess the difference with Kendrick for me versus what we just talked about with Weidermeyer, he was sticky against SEC receivers, including playing really good coverage against Bama. Like, I'm more comfortable taking Kendrick than it would be Weidermeyer.
I agree with that.
The tape shows that there's game speed. It's kind of the same conversation we're having with Kyle Hamilton right now. The tape shows that he's faster than the testing.
And it's round 6, so I mean,
it's phenomenal value in round 6. I would think about Kendrick in round 4.
Yeah.
Because the coverage ability is really good, but when you have high production in college and you have bad testing, round 4 is kind of where those guys end up. Just look at Hakeem Butler a few years ago.
Rest in peace, that I've.
Mm-hmm.
So we good with Darion Kendrick here? Is that a yes?
I froze for a minute. I'm for it, yes.
All right, we'll send it in.
Add in the fact it's end of round 6. No harm, no foul. Jack Cohen to be Tua's backup in Miami. Ooh.
To a hot seat, question mark?
Bubba Bolden to Pittsburgh. I'd hate that.
Cowboys took a receiver from Northwest Missouri State. What the hell?
What's his name?
Caden Davis.
I can't say I heard of him.
All right, we're back on the board here with our second to last pick.
Ooh, Bo Melton. Bo Melton.
Yep. Bo Melton strikes me as a special teams like fun guy too, where in the same game he could catch you the game-winning touchdown, and then at the same time he could make a game-saving tackle on special teams too.
Yeah.
EJ Perry just went off the board.
I love EJ Perry.
Yeah, EJ Perry's fun.
His throwing motion's horrendous, but
yeah.
Spencer Burford would intrigue me here.
You know, I know we've already taken 2 wide receivers, but I just saw him on the board. Tanner Connor, Idaho State. Height, weight, speed guy.
Weren't you just talking about him?
Freak athlete. I wrote about him in my combine piece. And
That's
then,
right.
He didn't end up going to the combine for whatever reason. I wrote about 3 FCS guys, him, Pierre Strong Jr., and Cordell Volson. Dude, Connor's guy to everything you want. He was a Bruce Feldman freak. Like,
hey, again, Cardinals took that one year. They took what? It was Isabella, Kirk. I think that was the same year, wasn't it? Because
Kirk was the year before.
Yeah, but then there was the year they got they took 3 because it was Isabella,
Hakeem Butler,
and the Fresno State kid.
I can't remember who the Fresno kid was.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Well, case in point, they've been shown to do this. 2, they aren't afraid to throw darts. So
Chris Steele's an interesting one too. He was the kid, the 5-star that Dan Mullen got to go to Florida and then left before our fall practice started because Mullen wouldn't let him change rooms because he thought he was being harassed. Steele's got some upside. Then they love 5-star guys. GMs do. Blaze Andrews can play 4 positions on the offensive line and has a good anchor in pass protection. So that
I think I'm circling one of your guys right now.
David Nene?
Yeah, the Houston edge. You like all Houston players, don't you?
No, just Houston tweeners. Peyton Turner and Logan Hall, baby.
All right, so we go on third receiver, Spencer Burford. That corner, Forness
Take Tanner
mentioned.
Connor. Take a third receiver.
Tanner Connor, come on down.
At this point, you're basically picking your choice of priority free agents.
Devon's tight end Derek Deese went to Green Bay to be the new Robert Tonyan.
All right, and that's our draft. Our draft is Trent McDuffie, Leo Chenal. What was supposed to be Calvin Austin, but I messed up. D'Angelo Malone, Pierre Strong Jr., Daniel Bellinger, Darion Kendrick, Bo Melton, and Tanner Connor.
Sweet.
Not too bad.
I wish we would have been able to address
that's
offensive line, but outside of that,
that's the one thing I think the Cardinals need to do more of is like take more safe defensive players in the top of the draft, and then you could take these flyers on offensive guys where Cliff Kingsbury, if he's this offensive mind everyone says he is, should be able to game plan and scheme these guys to contribute in some way. So that's just something to keep in mind if I'm a Cardinals fan is, the top of the draft may be a little bit boring for you, but I think in the long term it'd be better.
Mm-hmm.
What would y'all say was y'all's favorite pick of this mock?
I think it's not necessarily a favorite pick. I would say it's a back-to-back of starting with McDuffie and Chenal, because those are two really big issues that Arizona's consistently struggled with. And now you've got a defensive back group that has Budda Baker, Byron Murphy, and Elam. And now you've got a linebacker group that lost Hicks, but now you got Chenal. And then you also obviously address the defensive line later with Malone and everything else. So I think the defense is still going to be an issue for him, but it's something where in a conference where you lost Russell Wilson and you gained Drew Lock, there's 2 extra games where you don't have to worry so much about passing a year for now. And then who knows what San Francisco is doing. So I think it's definitely a move in the right direction. And then, like I said, let Cliff game plan with those late round picks with Bellinger and everybody else, Tanner and all those other receivers.
Yeah.
What about you?
I am contractually obligated to say Calvin Austin III. I love his skill set in that offense, and I think what he showed at the Senior Bowl was he's not just a manufactured catch guy. He's not somebody you're just going to have to run jet sweeps, screens, little RPO glance routes. No, you can ask him to run a route tree, and he has a much bigger catch radius than his 5'7" frame would suggest. I think his ability in that offense to be able to stretch the field, to be able to take balls thrown anywhere and be able to extend them for yards after the catch is excellent. I also like the addition of Pierre Strong Jr. I think he'd be best in a wide zone system, but I think he can thrive doing whatever with his skill set, his vision, his 4.37 40 speed, which I was a little surprised by. I mean, you blow by FCS guys, that's one thing. I thought he'd run mid 4.4s, but that 4.37 really opened my eyes. He's legit. And adding him to a running back room that's relatively void outside of James Conner, I really like that.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think my favorite would be Pierre Strong Jr., followed closely by Trent McDuffie. I think he'd do really well in Arizona. But that's going to wrap it up for the Arizona Cardinals mock draft. Be sure to tune in next time for the Las Vegas Raiders, as we will have some more people on to make picks for them. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. Y'all have a great rest of your day.